hidden deep in overgrown forests or on secluded lands, there are massive, forgotten buildings. Places where screams once echoed, where absolute terror reigned. These are not prisons. They are hospitals, abandoned insane asylums, places where the line between treatment and torture became blurred, and where the tormented souls are still trapped. Do you dare to step inside? As we approach these crumbling structures, their imposing facades loom before us, a testament to a darker era of mental health care. Ivy creeps up weathered brick walls, nature slowly reclaiming what man has abandoned. But the true horrors lie within, behind rusted iron gates and shattered windows. Step through the decaying doorway, and you're immediately assaulted by an oppressive silence, broken only by the whisper of wind through empty corridors. The air is thick with decay and despair, a palpable reminder of the suffering that once permeated these halls. In the 19th and 20th centuries, these hospitals were built with a noble purpose, to treat the mentally ill, but that good intention quickly devolved into a nightmare. Patients weren't treated, they were warehoused, treated like animals. Horrifying procedures like the lobotomy severing connections in the brain's prefrontal cortex were performed thousands of times, turning people into living shells. Uncontrolled electroshock therapy, ice-cold water baths, and dark solitary confinement rooms were a daily reality. The physical and mental suffering here was beyond imagination. Patients were strapped to beds for days, their cries for help falling on deaf ears. Others were subjected to experimental treatments that pushed the boundaries of ethics and humanity. As we move deeper into the asylum, the weight of its history bears down upon us. Each creaking floorboard and rustling curtain seems to whisper the secrets of those who suffered here. In one room, a rusted hospital bed stands as a silent witness to countless nights of terror and pain. An old wheelchair, abandoned at the end of a long hallway, seems to wait for an occupant long since gone. It is said that when a place holds too much suffering, its spirits never leave. At these abandoned asylums, paranormal investigators have recorded countless phenomena. Faint, weeping sobs from empty patient rooms, maniacal giggling from hallways where no one stands, and sometimes the shadowy apparitions of former patients still wander the wards, searching for a release they never had in life. Some souls are still trapped within their own madness. As night falls, the asylum takes on an even more sinister atmosphere. Shadows seem to move of their own accord, and the air grows colder. Those brave enough to explore these places all tell horrifying personal stories. The constant feeling of being watched, an icy breath on the back of your neck, and sometimes, in the flickering beam of a flashlight, they see faces contorted by fear and insanity, staring from the deep darkness. People have sworn they've heard whispers calling their own name, or someone begging for help. Are these hallucinations brought on by isolation and fear, or are they real pleas from beyond the grave? In one chilling account, an urban explorer swears he saw a figure in a tattered hospital gown dart across the end of a corridor, only to vanish into thin air when pursued. The most terrifying places in these hospitals are often the least known. The morgue, where unclaimed bodies were left behind, or the secret labs where the most horrific experiments took place. Electroshock therapy without anesthesia, lobotomies that completely altered a person's soul. It's not just the pain, but the very essence of these victims that still haunts this place. We are walking through a graveyard of the mind, where every corner holds a forgotten tragedy. In the morgue, rusted steel tables stand in eerie silence, their surfaces still bearing the stains of countless autopsies. The air here is thick with the scent of decay and chemicals, a nauseating reminder of the lives that ended within these walls. Nearby, the remains of shock therapy rooms tell their own horrific tale. Decaying chairs with leather straps still intact stand as mute testimony to the treatments once administered here. One particularly chilling room houses the remnants of a lobotomy theater. Surgical tools, now rusted and useless, lie scattered about. It's easy to imagine the terror of patients strapped to the chair, helpless as doctors approached with ice picks and hammers, ready to forever alter the very essence of who they were. As we delve deeper into the asylum's dark history, we uncover stories of individual patients whose fates were sealed within these walls. There's Mary, a young woman committed in the 1920s for hysteria, who spent decades in solitary confinement, her mind slowly unraveling in the darkness. Or James, a World War I veteran suffering from shell shock, subjected to experimental treatments that left him a shell of his former self. These personal tragedies bring home the true horror of these places. It wasn't just the grand scale of suffering, but the individual lives destroyed, dreams shattered, and families torn apart. Each empty room, each abandoned belonging, tells a story of a person who entered these doors and never truly left, even long after death. As we make our way through dimly lit corridors, the feeling of being watched intensifies. Shadows seem to flicker at the edge of our vision, and unexplained sounds echo through the empty halls. A door slams shut in a distant wing, though there's no breeze to explain it. The hairs on the back of our necks stand on end as we sense an unseen presence just behind us. In one patient room, a child's drawing still clings to the peeling wallpaper, a poignant reminder of the young lives forever altered by their time here. Nearby, an ancient record player sits silent, its vinyl disc warped and cracked what. Tormented souls once found solace in its music. The deeper we go, the more oppressive the atmosphere becomes. The air grows thick and heavy, as if the very walls are exhaling the pain and suffering they've witnessed. In the basement, we discover the remnants of hydrotherapy rooms, where patients were subjected to alternating blasts of scalding and freezing water, a treatment meant to shock them back to sanity. Each step we take disturbs decades of dust, sending it swirling in the beam of our flashlights. The sound of our footsteps echoes ominously, seeming to awaken long-dormant spirits. In one room, a mirror hangs crookedly on the wall, its surface clouded and cracked. For a heart-stopping moment, we swear we see a face peering back at us from its depths, a face twisted in agony, silently screaming. As we prepare to leave this place of nightmares, we can't shake the feeling that something is following us, clinging to our very souls. The whispers grow louder, more insistent, as if the spirits of this place are begging us to stay, to bear witness to their eternal suffering. These abandoned asylums are not just relics of the past. They are massive scars on human history, where the screams of the insane still echo, and where tortured souls have yet to find rest. They remind us of ethical lines that were crossed, and of the fragility of the human mind. Do you have the courage to face the nightmares that remain?